My friends, how do you feel about just having a really fun video today where we do a haul of Cbeauty makeup? And not just a haul, mind you. I am going to spend a lot of time on this video. We're going to do it kind of the way that I've done my advent calendar unboxings. We are going to open up this haul and then put some swatches and some try-ons on the other side of the screen. Is it this side? Or is it? You get the idea, I'm sure. And today's video is a haul from the company Cbeautymall. They so kindly gave me a gift card to purchase items of my choice. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You all know we have timestamps and links in the description box below, and we're going to kind of just go in order of a routine today because I'm going to be unboxing this and trying some stuff on as well. And one more thing before we get into this video, I did create a discount code for you all if you are interested in shopping the Cbeautymall website. It is AliceintheRabbitHole, and it will get you an additional 5% off your order. And with all of that out of the way, let's get into this haul. Now, I did want to tell you, so I have my order in front of me. When this package arrived, I noticed it has some extra items in it, and I think that these are just kind of this freebies that a lot of companies do seem to do, not so much American companies anymore. Beautylish does do this, but if you shop Sephora and Ulta like most people do, you know, you're more used to items missing from your order. I hate to say it, but I saw a lot of people report this happening during the Sephora sale. You know, it happened to me. My candle. My candle. We talked all about this. I've had missing orders in my boxes, and yet, you know, a lot of companies do this thing where there won't be an advertised gift with purchase, but they'll just kind of throw some goodies into your order. I think that did happen because I've heard about that happening with other Cbeauty websites. So I think it's just kind of maybe a Cbeauty thing. So this was in my order. This is from the company UHUE, and it is a mirror. Oh, I love the design. It's so different, and I love different. And by the way, everything was packaged so well. I don't think anything arrived broken. We'll see once we get into opening the palettes together, but it was all packaged very well. And the other thing I just don't have on my invoice here is this Camellia Amino Acids Cleansing Foam. Now, I noticed that Cbeautymall had a limited selection of Sometimes I'm just such a monster opening these packages. Anyway, I noticed a limited selection of Cbeauty skincare. I was considering it, but I just didn't go for any. And yet my order ended up with this in it, which I'm really excited to try. I've had no idea where to start with grabbing Cbeauty skincare, but here's something else really interesting I noticed. I was looking at the box. You can see there actually is a little bit of English on here, but you know, obviously it's mostly Chinese writing. I recognize a few symbols. Oh, the Chinese language is so hard that it might be a very long time until I'm even close to, I don't know if I'll ever get fluent, but close to being able to read something like this. I'm months in, and still all I can do is tell you that I see the Chinese radicals for water, and I saw the Chinese word for person right here, ren. I got curious about that. I just had to run this in the translator. Why is person on the back of the box, right? It's because it's talking about the manufacturer. And do you know who the manufacturer is of this product? Cosmax. If you know K-Beauty, you know Cosmax. Very interesting. So those are my suspected freebies. Really nice freebies, you know, not little samples, full-size products, an awesome looking mirror. But let's just start out this video with some eyeshadow palettes. This one is actually the most expensive in my whole haul. Just so you know, there was a promo going on when I placed my order. I think it was 50 off 200, so that did help with the cost. But this was $68.99. This is the Anthony Backlight Butterfly Shadow 12-color Chameleon eyeshadow palette. I'm really digging butterflies lately, and Ara and I are having a ton of fun with these kind of semi-permanent tattoos. We are two peas in a pod in some ways. We neither one of us have tattoos, not because we're opposed to them, of course, but because we are terrible at long-term decisions. So these tattoos that last for a couple of weeks, oh, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Anyway, enough about that. So I really wanted to pick up one of these palettes because I have a sneaking suspicion that even though the price point is definitely a bit on the higher side, I feel like these could be incredible quality. Think something like you would get from maybe Pat McGrath, maybe? Wow. I mean, that looks gorgeous. And I think that some of these shimmers should be maybe multi-chromes. These are so intensely pigmented that all the color came off of my fingers and went here. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that green to purple. Oh. All right, I'm gonna swatch these two pastels. I don't know this brand. We could check, but I think it's just gonna be more fun to open it up together. Ah, it's a Wicked collaboration. It's not a Wicked collaboration. This is Cheery Up. Okay, I'm so excited to see how these are. This is one of those brands. This brand does that big dragon palette, if you've happened to see that. I've seen that everywhere. Is there plastic over this? There's plastic over this. Oh, yes. Very custom plastic. Oh, y'all, this palette has so many pretty shimmers. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. I want to see what this yellow looks like. This shade looks like something that Huda would make. Swatch that shade. Ooh, there's a pretty blue in here. Okay, we got a couple shades to swatch. Oh, there's such pretty pastels. There's just going to be a lot of me being excited in this video as a heads up. So I now know this is Cheery Up. So let's open my other Cheery Up palette. Oh, look at this color scheme. Oh, wow. Okay. And all of these do have nice mirrors. I just haven't removed the plastic so my light doesn't blind you. Now, reds are notoriously difficult shades, so let's swatch those in this palette. Now, I should have two Narimi palettes in here, both from the Back to the 90s collection. What a beautiful cover. Just what a beautiful cover. If there's even detail on the back here. Wine red, this has to be Dark Night Firefly. Of course, I'll have more details up on the screen. Oh. Okay. Another beautiful color scheme. This one is such a thoughtful palette, even though it's a little bit of it's only 8 shades in here, but very thoughtful. It's really nice to have a dark black matte so you can deepen up any of the other mattes in here. And let's swatch this. Oh, wow. This is a very soft shimmer formula, kind of more like the Anthemy palette that we started with. And let me swatch a matte also. How about purple? We'll do the snake. Ooh. These are soft. These are very soft eyeshadows. I'm gonna fall over. I'm gonna fall over. I just don't have words. Oh, y'all, this is such a blast. Okay, so this has to be Dusk and Dawn. Yes, it even says it's the blue palette. I get it. Wow, I love the art. The art on these palettes is gorgeous. And it's funny, this is a brand I hadn't actually heard that much about. Wow. This shade, Fairy, looks almost blue, almost gray. I think that's going to be at least it's so soft. Sorry, the shock. It's so hard to get past. Let's watch Fairy and Lamb from this palette. Oh, what on earth? That is such a shifty shade. Oh, how are we gonna decide which one we're using today? I don't know how we're gonna decide, y'all. We are not done with eyeshadow palettes yet. There are 2 more here, I think. Okay, I think these have to be the Shall We brand. Look Look at this packaging. From Shall We, I bought a highlighter palette and a Shimmer Chameleon Green eyeshadow palette. Have you met me? I think that this is the eyeshadow palette. I guess I'm just gonna kind of cut into this. It's painful to cut into because the packaging is so cute. This is probably not only aesthetically pleasing, but probably a really smart way to protect the product inside. There she is. Shall We Makeup. This is the Liana eyeshadow palette. Let's, I got so many reds now. I want to swatch the matte and then, let's see, Silver Snake and In Flames. We'll leave that green for later. Last eyeshadow palette, here we go. That's the matte. The silver and the, ooh. Just my arm is a work of art right now, thank you. I've thought it over, and I have settled on which palette we are going to do, and it is this one, which I do believe is the Narimi Back to the 90s Dark Night Firefly. You see my colors of the day? I just think this is going to be our best bet. I have applied my Urban Decay Primer Potion, so let's do kind of maybe a red smoky eye. That could be super fun. A rough application to start, and then we'll blend these edges out. This is the deep shade labeled Witch. Some Americans are gonna love the names of the shadows in this palette. I got a little bit of fallout, which I'm not surprised by because these are such soft eyeshadows. So you can see how this blend is coming along here. Look at this pigmentation. Can you imagine trying an eyeshadow palette like this and then saying, oh, Asian beauty is lower in pigment? I usually use my finger, but I think I'm gonna try a brush because of how soft this eyeshadow is. Yeah, the brush works just fine. This shade, it has a red to purple shift to it. The only thing I'm regretting now is I think it might be really wise to use a glitter glue with this. It might be. I'm adding a bit of the black kind of as eyeliner for now. I'm going to go over this later. Oh, it's such a rich black. Look at that. We are getting fallout, so I will have to clean this up. And there we have it, a start. I feel like if there was any negative for me to point out about this palette, it would simply be that it's so intense that it did go everywhere. I've been wiping up a lot of fallout, but you know what? It has felt like finger painting over here. I've been having a blast. And like I always say, you know, that's what makeup can be. If you're somebody that just enjoys creating something and then washing it off at the end of the day, you might enjoy makeup. And just so you all know what else I used my Hold to Live eyeliner as well as these Viore lashes. And I think I want to try out this Kaleidos liner. This reminds me, I did a swatch of it already here. It's a pink to green shift. It might be a little bit of chaos with this look, but life is chaos. Wait, is that ever true? And we certainly need something on the bottom lash here, which is just significantly lacking. Oh man, it's so fun. It looks like, oh, it's not doing it on camera. In my mirror here, it looks pink on this part and then green on this part. How's it look on camera? Yeah? Yeah? I had a sneaking suspicion that my problem with those Girlcult liners that I tried in a past haul is the color that I picked. This is gorgeous, richly pigmented, easy to work with. I have a feeling that it just depends a lot on which color you choose. And while we're talking about Girlcult there, and this is Kaleidos, I have a sneaking suspicion that's the similarity there. Speaking of Girlcult, I know that I picked out a cushion foundation, but I don't know which one of these it is. We're gonna open, I'm pretty sure it's this because this is 02. So I think this is gonna be our cushion from Girlcult. Yep. Beautiful packaging. Wow, that's really nice. A cushion foundation. They say this is for oily skin, but you all know I'm not opposed to trying something for oily skin. I do have dry skin myself. I'm not sure if this will be the right color for me. I did actually choose 02. Oh, I don't know, y'all. This looks a little maybe orange. You think that's gonna work? I see what's going on here. Okay, so this is a second refill. That's nice to have. And then this is a blush maybe? Oh, I think this might be a second. Wait, did I order this or is this another freebie? I think I have this blush. I think I have this particular blush. If so, fantastic. Something we will put in the giveaway. Here it is. Here's another blush. This is from the new, I believe this is a peach collection. It's called something like that. Oh, it feels so interesting. This feels like felt, and then it's got a matte feel to the rest of it. Ah, what? It looks like jelly. Oh my gosh. It almost feels like it too. It feels like a Jolly Rancher. Sorry to my Redditors. And then that means we have 2 more face items. This is the Carla's Secret Concealer and Blush Palette. Palette and Contour. Super, oh. Is this gonna be like the Makeup Forever? But that's powder. That is powder. That is definitely powder. Wow, we have a ton of powder options though. Wow, I mean, it's everything you could need. That is so funny. And then we have this Shall We, I believe this will be the highlighter palette. Present Highlighter Palette is the name of this. The packaging is gorgeous. And it slides right out. Gorgeous highlighters, and there's a mirror down there. This reminds me of, this is really gonna date me for a moment here, but KVD used to have this little triangle of a palette that had highlighters that looked like these. So let's go ahead and try on this cushion foundation. We'll see how it goes. We're just gonna see how it goes. I'll start by applying it lightly. That method that I did in our tier cushion video, let's do that today. Ooh, I am glad I went with that choice because this is indeed higher coverage. Ooh, it looks nice though. There's definitely some scent to this cushion foundation. I can certainly smell it. I'm just going to use my regular powder to set this. I will say I'm very pleasantly surprised by it. It's higher coverage, not as high as the tier, more like medium buildable coverage. I think this might be your info on the shades here. We are definitely hoping to see a shade expansion from Cbeauty. Hint, hint, hint. I did check, by the way, yes, this is absolutely the blush shade that I already have. It's one of their most popular. It's been a very popular blush shade because it's so pretty. But let's try this one today. Is this gonna work? Maybe I have to use my finger? Ooh. Oh, it's kind of it's got a wet shine finish to it. I don't think I need a brush with this blush today. It's very light. But look, our eyeshadow look is clearly front and center today, so this is fine. I think we will try a highlighter from that Shall We highlighter palette though. This blue kind of looks like this blue in my dress, and I don't care how much it's apparently taboo to match your makeup to your clothing. I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, so very strange taboo. That's very strange. That was not subtle. So that means our final item in this haul is this cute Rumor lipstick set. This brand has such absolutely adorable packaging. Wait till you see. Let's open this one that has a white rabbit on it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at him. This really is a lipstick. Oh. So what we have here is, this is shade C01. By the way, this came off. I thought it was broken, but you can actually put it right back on. Okay, so this is C01. And try to squeeze it next to C02 here. And then this little gray bunny, this one is C03. I blended them out a little better, top to bottom, C01, 02, and 03. I mean, I do feel like they're pretty similar. We're gonna try out C01. So not unlike our cushion foundation, these also definitely have a scent to them. Do you see how it has that blurring effect on lip lines? It's very interesting because it kind of, it doesn't feel moisturizing. It feels a little bit drying, more like a matte liquid lipstick, and yet it doesn't emphasize lip lines like our old, 2012 matte lipsticks did. 2012? Was that the right year? Or like 2015, 2016. It all blurs together at some point. So it seems only fair for future Alice to be the one that closes out today's video with some final thoughts now that I have tried everything. As far as product quality, everything was a hit except for kind of one product, and I still haven't figured this out, but the Shall We palette, for some reason this just faded on my eyelids really quickly. We're talking 3 hours in, I was wondering where in particular the matte shade was in this. So it might just actually be a case of one eyeshadow wasn't the best quality in here, but it made it so that I didn't end up liking the whole palette. And the Anthony palette is just absolutely my favorite. It is special. It is so special. The Narimi and Cheery Up palettes are also incredible. Very powdery though. I definitely switched over from my Urban Decay primer potion to more of a grippy eyeshadow primer just so I had less fallout with those, but beautiful color stories, incredible pigmentation. These two were my biggest surprises in this entire haul. This, I just kind of wanted to try a Girlcult cushion, didn't expect to love a cushion that says it's for oily skin, but it turns out I can just skip powder with this. The Carla's Secret, which by the way, this is actually a really good price point. I feel like I maybe seemed a little negative while you were watching this video because sometimes I judge direct dupes like this, but it's really not a direct dupe, it's powder. And it's very pigmented powders at that, which is something that's nice to find. I also learned something about myself, and that is I've got to quit buying these high pigment lipsticks. Lately I just kind of wear balms, clear-ish glosses. The whole world got into the clean girl aesthetic, self-included, but I'm ready to move beyond that. It's just going to happen in phases. I'm going to start with multi-chrome eyeshadow way before we get back to lipstick every day. A few more notes on ordering from Cbeautymall. So I checked my order and the delivery date. It was exactly 3 weeks and 1 day for me to receive my package. I did receive a tracking number and it did work. We only say that because we know some K-beauty retailers that don't give tracking numbers that work. I'm super happy with my experience and I will go back with my own money for sure. I'm tempted right now because they have spend, I think, $129 and get a $79 beauty box for free. Tempting, but I might want to see what they're doing for Black Friday. I feel like I almost hate this week the most right before Black Friday because this is when it feels so risky. Are brands going to give us better sales next week, or I don't know, it could be worse. And one final thing, I do have a lot of people asking me about the tariffs. First of all, I don't know any more than you do. It could not happen. If it does happen, I hope you know that it's not going to impact Cbeauty necessarily more than K-beauty, than our Western brands, because I think what people maybe don't realize is that the components for just about everything come from China. So even if a brand makes products in the US or in Korea, they probably get the bottles, the packaging from China. So no, I don't think that, this is the end of Cbeauty. I think that prices might go up on everything. Maybe they won't though. But that's all I want to say about that. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts as always in the comment section below. Again, a huge thank you to Cbeautymall. I will link them in the description box as well as everything in this haul. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm, and I'll see you next time.